Do you want to work from home with AI but don't know which path actually makes sense for you? You could actually waste weeks jumping between tools and different apps. This video is going to help you to focus on some easy to follow practical steps that you can actually use right away. If you're ready and serious, keep watching until the end because I'm going to give you a clear action plan to help you get started. Now, before we get into this, can I ask one small favor? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. If you'd like to work from home with AI, but you have no idea where to actually start, then listen up. Many people out there are focusing on the AI tools instead of the actual work that people are actually willing to pay for. And the good news is you don't need to become a programmer or a coder to build your own AI business. In this video, I'm going to give you some practical steps that you can actually use AI to offer useful services directly from home, the tools that you can start with, and a very simple action plan that you can actually follow. So let's start with one important idea. AI itself isn't the business. The business is the problem that you can actually solve using AI. For example, a small business might need social media posts and content, product descriptions or emails, or even research, or maybe something like simple graphics and visuals, or just help gathering and organizing details and information. Now, AI can help you do those tasks much faster, but you still need to understand what the client actually wants and what they needs. Check the quality and actually deliver something very useful and valuable. That's the opportunity. So let's take a look at 5 realistic ways that you can actually start. So number 1 is AI assisted writing and content. So the first option for you is writing. You can actually help businesses create things like social media captions or blog outlines or even product descriptions or maybe emails or even website copy for their business website. Now you've got tools such as Gemini and ChatGPT that can help you brainstorm, draft and even rewrite and even organize, refine written material. But here's the mistake a lot of beginners tend to make. They just ask the AI to write something, then they just copy and paste that answer and just send it directly to the client. Now you do not want to do that. Instead, you want to think of AI as your personal assistant. So for example, just imagine a local fitness business. They may need 10 to 20 Instagram captions for their social media channels. You could actually ask the business for its target customer, their particular tone of voice, their services, and even their goals. Then you can just use AI to generate ideas and edit those ideas yourself. Then you want to just check the facts, remove anything that's a bit too generic, and just make the final captions sound more like the actual business that you're working with. You're not actually selling AI writing, you're selling finished content that saves the business a lot of time. And that's a much stronger offer. So let's now move on to number 2, which is social media content. Now the second option for you is actually helping businesses create content for their social media channels. This is especially useful if you're actually comfortable with writing and basic design. So you could actually create a very simple package such as 10 to 20 social media posts with engaging captions and graphics. Now AI can actually help you generate content ideas and those first drafts, while Canva, which is basically an online design platform that you can use for free, this can help you with the visual side and the graphics. Now inside of Canva there's actually an option or a feature called Canva's Magic Studio, and this includes some AI powered features that you can tap into. And these are designed to help users create really good content and speed up the parts of the design process for you, and you don't need any technical background to get started. So here's a simple workflow that you can actually follow. First of all, just choose one type of business. So for example, you could go with restaurants. Next, you want to create 5 to 6 sample posts for a fictional restaurant. Then you want to create the graphics and the captions. Now you actually have something that you can actually show some potential clients that you may work with. And just notice what happened. You didn't spend months or even weeks learning everything about AI. You just learned one useful workflow and just turned it into a simple service. Let's now move on to number 3, which is research and admin support. Now the third option for you is using AI to actually help with research and everyday business tasks. So for example, a client might give you a spreadsheet and just ask you to organize the details and the information, identify any patterns and just create a simple summary or even turn that data into a simple report. Now ChatGPT can currently analyze uploaded files and just help create tables and charts. depending on the account and the available features that you work with. Now, you could also use AI to help you draft meeting summaries or just organize different notes, or even create research checklists, or just prepare first drafts or even routine documents. But there's one important rule that you need to follow here. You never want to blindly trust the output given to you by AI. You want to check important information for yourself. AI can actually make mistakes, misunderstand instructions, or even just produce information that sounds convincing but actually isn't 100% correct. Now, your value really comes from combining AI with human checking and human judgment. Let's now move on to number 4, which is AI assisted design. Now, the fourth option for you is simple design work. You don't necessarily need to become a professional graphic designer to actually create useful business materials. You can actually learn to create things like social media visuals and graphics, simple promotional materials, presentations, or even thumbnails, or even just basic marketing assets. Now, inside of Canva, which is an online designing platform that is available for anyone to use, and you can start with the free version. Now, Canva's AI tools are basically designed to actually help users with tasks such as generating content, creating designs, and just speeding up the first draft for you. Again, you don't want to sell the tool. You want to sell the outcome and the results and the transformation. So instead of just saying, I use Canva and AI, you want to say something like, I create 10 branded social media graphics for your business to help you generate more leads, or something similar to that. That's much more clearer, and it provides some kind of useful benefit or an outcome. The client doesn't really care which button you actually pressed or which AI tool you've used. They care about getting something very useful and getting a good result and a good outcome for their business. Let's now move on to number 5, which is freelance AI assisted services. Now, the fifth option for you is actually combining one of these skills with freelancing platforms online. So for example, you can go to Upwork at upwork.com, which allows freelancers to actually create profiles, set their rates, and actually look for paid work with clients all over the world. You can also go to Fiverr at fiverr.com, which also has an entire AI services category covering different areas such as AI content editing or AI art, and even video and consulting and chatbots and different applications with AI. So Fiverr is going to be a very good option for you as well, with lots of different AI services available. But you don't want to make the mistake of creating a simple profile that says, I can do anything with AI. That's simply far too broad. Instead, you want to choose one specific problem and one specific pain point. So for example, I create social media content for local restaurants. That's very specific and very niche. That's actually much easier for a potential client to understand what you actually do and how you can help them. You can actually create 3 or 4 sample projects and just explain exactly what you're offering, and just start contacting businesses or just applying for relevant freelancing jobs on the platforms that you go on. Okay, so let me now give you a simple action plan. So now if you're actually thinking, okay, but where do I actually begin? Here's the simple action plan for you. Step number 1 is to choose one service. So don't try to learn 10 AI skills at once. Just pick writing or social media or research or design, or even another service like video editing that actually matches your existing abilities. Step number 2 is to choose one type of customer to work with. So instead of trying to help everyone, just choose a specific group or a specific customer avatar. So for example, restaurants or estate agents or personal trainers or online shops or even local tradespeople, whichever makes sense for you. Step number 3 is to create 3 or 4 examples. Now, you don't need any paying clients to actually create your first portfolio samples. You want to create some realistic examples that demonstrate your abilities and what you can actually do using different AI tools. Now, step number 4 is to turn it into a simple offer. You want to explain clearly what you're actually delivering, who it's actually for, and what problems and pain points it actually solves. So for example, I create a month's worth of social media content for small businesses. That's much stronger than I provide AI services. Step number 5 is to start looking for some real opportunities. You want to use freelancing platforms, you want to go out there and contact relevant businesses directly, or just even look through your existing network. Your first goal shouldn't be to build a huge AI business. Your first goal really should be something along the lines of to actually prove that someone is willing to pay for a useful result that you can provide. Let's now talk about some common mistakes. So there are 3 or 4 mistakes that I want you to actually avoid. The first mistake is chasing every new AI tool. Now, you don't need 20 or 30 different AI apps. You want to just learn a small number of different tools and apps well enough to actually complete one very useful workflow. The second mistake is selling AI instead of selling a result or an outcome. People don't wake up thinking, I need someone who actually knows AI. What they actually do is they actually think, I need more content, I need this spreadsheet organized, or even I need these graphics created. You want to be focusing on their problems. And the third mistake is believing AI removes the need for any skill. It really doesn't. You still need communication, you still need judgment, you need creativity as well. You need fact checking and the ability to understand what a client actually wants. Those are all things that you need to be doing, not the AI. AI can make you much more efficient, no doubt, but it doesn't automatically make your work more valuable. You want to be using AI and your own human insight. Let me now give you some key takeaways. So if you want to work from home with AI, remember these 5 things. You want to use AI to solve a problem or a pain point, not simply because AI is popular. You want to start with one simple service. Just choose one type of customer or one specific customer avatar or one niche audience. You want to then create some real examples of your work and what you can actually do. And just focus on delivering a specific result that saves someone time, improves their work, helps them generate more leads or makes them more money, or just helps them make their business more efficient. You can always start small. You don't need to know everything about AI before taking that first step. So the biggest lesson is this: don't ask, how can I make money with AI? You want to be asking, what useful problem or pain point can I solve from home? And how can AI help me solve it much better and more efficiently? That change in thinking can help you stop chasing those shortcuts and start building an actual skill around AI that can help you generate a new income. Wow, that's it for this one. Now, if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start building your own online business and creating new income streams, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the top pinned comment, where you can actually find some free guides and some free resources to help you get started right away with building your new digital business and new income. These free resources will teach you step by step how to actually set up and create your own digital business and new online income streams as well. So I know these free resources will be very helpful for you. So don't wait, take action today. You can go and click the link below in the description and the pinned comment and start your journey right now. And thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for new videos. It really does energize me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on Instagram and LinkedIn. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.